Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for this very special Akasha Codes Healing. What is Akasha Codes Healing is a term that I've created because I mix a bit of the techniques and the skills and what I've learned through the years. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Pooja Metani. I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm a Reiki master, I'm an Akashic Records teacher. I'm also an intuitive energy healer, among other things that I do. And how I like to summarize all what I do, I'm a soul activator. So my goal is to use everything I've learned, everything I've experienced through my professional and personal life and spiritual life, and activate your soul so you can be at the best, right? Like, so you can do what you're here to do. Maybe find your purpose, maybe find your goals, maybe find what lights up your heart, and also allow you to do it with ease and grace, right? So many times we have challenges through life that blocks us or maybe pauses us, or maybe it's just something that doesn't allow us to move as fast as we want to. And so my goal, my purpose is to help you find what are those challenges, what are those blocks, maybe uncertain things. Maybe you don't have any block, but you don't know what direction to go. So my purpose as a soul activator is to find what will make your life the fullest, the happiest, and the easiest. And easiest doesn't mean that everything will be perfect, right? Like, we know life, otherwise life will be very boring. I saw a metaphor like a year ago, and I love this, is like when you connect your heart with the machine, right? It has ups and downs, right? With your heartbeat, every heartbeat. When it's a flat line, means your heart is no longer there. You're not living. So we don't want to live a life that's flat. We will have ups and downs. What we want to do is when the downs come, we can recover faster, right? We don't stay there for too long. And when the ups comes, we excite, we celebrate, we get joyful, but we also know that that won't last forever, right? Like, the life will go up and down, and it's maybe making that curve less extreme, because I know many people say, like, when I'm high, like when I'm happy, I'm so happy, and when I'm sad, I'm so sad. So my purpose is to allow you to transition to the ups and downs in life in a more smoother way, right? They will still happen, challenges will happen, but how you confront them, how you face them is what makes the big difference. So that's who I am. Some of you know me through career jobs before, some of you through Mind Valley, some through coaches I've had. So I love having this mix of people, because not all of you know one face of me, yeah. English is my second language, so I'm saying it right now. My first language is Spanish, so sometimes my words don't come as smooth as I want, but when I'm channeling whatever I hear. So during this session, what are we going to do today? So I'm going to take you to my Akasha Codes Healing, which is a mixture of accessing the Akashic records, but also intuitive energy healing. And as a group, I will tap into the group. When I connected, before I connected live into the Zoom, what I do is to ask that anyone who's going to see this video, either live or a recording, either today or whenever they have the time, will receive exactly what they need. Either the message, the clarity, the healing that they need. When I do one-on-one session, it's more personal. All the messages will be for you. But when it's a group, some of the messages might not resonate for you, and that's totally okay. Just take what resonates with you, and everything else you might feel, that's not me, but maybe someone in the call needs it. So I mix this intuitive energy healing. We'll go through kind of like a meditation phase, just to ground ourselves, to make us safe, to create this container so you feel safe. And then I will take you to an energy healing. We'll tap into your bodies and see what messages are hidden there, what healing is needed there. And then we'll access the Akashic records for any channel messages from, I like to call it the universe or spirit team. You can call it God, maybe it's a deity that you believe in, maybe it's your ancestor. I call it spirit team because that's my whole team. Like everyone I believe in, right? Like Buddha, my guru, my gods, Indian gods, Jesus, Mother Mary, angels. Anyone who wants to come is welcome to come during this space. Everyone who has the best and highest intention for us today will come through. Also our ancestors. So in my spirit team, my ancestors are there. I might have known them, or I might have never met them. I might have heard about them. I might have not even heard about them, but they're there for us. They're there to guide us, to protect us. So messages that will come might sound like someone you knew, might sound like something that you've read, and that's because we are channeling for our spirit team. So when I say universe and spirit team, you can substitute that by God, by Jesus, by whatever you feel called to. Kali, whichever god or goddesses you feel called to, or just know that it's a collective. And that's how I like to see it. It's a collective of consciousness, right? A high elevated energy that is represented in many different forms, but it always has our best intentions at heart. So are you ready to start? Okay. Anyone has any questions about what I said, about the introduction, or what to expect? Seeing no's. Okay. So we will start. So I want you to be comfortable. If you can be seated in a chair or in a sofa with your feet flat in the floor will be best. But if you are in a bed or you're in the floor, that's totally okay. In the beginning, if you can put your feet flat, even if you're in the bed, you can put your feet flat. It will ground you even better. But if you are cross-legged, sit as comfortably as you want to be. During the session, I will have a mix of my eyes open and eyes closed. You can do the same. You can open your eyes, you can close your eyes. It's totally okay. There's no right or wrong way. It's all how you feel comfortable. I want you to feel comfortable and safe. And so just put your feet flat if you can. If not, it's totally okay. And I want you to now close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, thank yourself for taking out the time for listening to this call, either live or recorded. Because it's very special when we take care of our soul, of our mind, of our body. So thank yourself for taking this time. Just leave behind everything you were doing before the call. Let's leave behind also, well, not behind, let's leave it aside, everything we're going to do after the call, so we can be fully present during this time that we're doing this healing. I want you to take a few deep breaths at your own rhythm. Come into the present time, relaxing your body, your mind, and your soul, so they are open to receive the healing they need. So I want you to imagine first your root chakra. And your root chakra is below the tailbone, a bit forward for the women. And if you don't know about chakras, don't worry. I'll explain to you a bit the location, but even if it's not the perfect location, know that your energetic body is intelligent, that even if you don't know where it's located, it will do its work. And we are opening up the root chakra, and I love to see it as a lotus flower or any flower of your choice, opening up. And from that flower, roots are coming out. And if you don't resonate with the flower, you can think of it like the lens of a camera. We are opening it up. And roots will come out from the root chakra like roots of a tree. And they're going to pass through the chair or wherever you are sitting. It's going to pass through the floor, through all the layers of the building where you are, going deeper into earth, passing through all the layers of Mother Earth, going deeper, and deeper and deeper, and connecting to the center of the earth. The center of the earth, the core of the earth, is a ball of fire. And by connecting this root to this ball of fire, we are going to create this channel where we are going to release from our root, from our body, and then from our root chakra, release anything consciously or unconsciously. Some of the things that we are releasing, you will be aware of. Some of them, you might not even notice that they're getting removed from you, released from you. And when we are releasing it, we are giving it back to Mother Earth. We're giving this energy back to Mother Earth. We are not letting it float around. We are releasing it to Mother Earth so she can burn these beliefs, these experiences, these feelings, these thoughts, burn this energy and renovate the energy and create renewed energy. And when we are releasing, doesn't mean that we are releasing is bad. There's no good or bad. They are all experiences. It's things that you no longer need to carry. Thoughts, beliefs, patterns, cycles, experiences that you no longer need to carry. So they might have served you at a certain point. Rules that our parents give us work for us when we were kids. Maybe they don't work when we are a teenager or when we are now in our 20s, 30s, 40s, right? Doesn't mean that the rules were wrong. The rules were right at that time, but we no longer need to carry it. And think about carrying things and beliefs and thoughts as, imagine you have a glass of water, a bottle of water, right? And if you carry this glass of water for 30 seconds, you can carry it. If your arms and hands are capable, you'll be able to carry it. You won't feel the weight. You carry it for 5 minutes. Okay, your arm might start shaking a bit. You carry it for an hour. Maybe your arm gets numb. Maybe it feels very, very heavy. Same thing with the thoughts, beliefs, patterns that we carry. It's the same thing. If they no longer serve us, but we're still carrying it, is that glass of water that now feels too heavy to carry. And might be a small thing, right? You might have a half a glass of water, but it will feel like 10 kilos of weight. So same thing. My goal is to release that weight. Maybe it's a backpack that you're carrying with all those beliefs and thoughts, and release that weight so you can feel freer and more comfortable, more joyful, and life becomes easier. So we are going to allow this root chakra to connect with Mother Earth and release anything that we no longer need during the session. And now I want you to imagine the bottom of your feet. We have chakras over there too. Imagine it opening up, again, like a lotus flower, a rose, maybe the lens of a camera, and roots are coming out from there too. And they're passing through the floor, passing through all the layers of the building where you are, passing through all the layers of Mother Earth, going deeper and deeper until it connects to the center of the earth. And through these roots, we are going to absorb this renewed energy. So we are going to release energy, right, through the root chakra, and we are going to absorb energy through the feet, up through the side channels of our legs, and then connecting to the root chakra. So we are just releasing from the root to the Mother Earth, and then absorbing new energy from Mother Earth through our feet, through our legs, and connecting to the root chakra. So kind of making a cycle of releasing and renewing. We cannot put new thoughts, new beliefs, new energy in ourselves if we don't release first, right? So that's why we connected down to the Mother Earth. Now I want you to imagine the crown chakra is opening up, and the crown chakra is above our head, and it's opening up. Again, you can imagine it like a flower, like the lens of a camera. And with this channel open, we are going to ask the universe, our spirit team, the higher conscious knowledge, whoever you believe in, to send us this knowledge that we need to acquire during this session. And maybe this knowledge will be conscious. Maybe I'll channel it as a message. Maybe you will just feel it, or maybe you will hear it. I'm hearing that some of you are very gifted and you already communicate with higher levels of consciousness. So you might be hearing the message, either the same message I'm giving you, maybe the message that's more particular for you. So just be open and aware. And everyone can hear messages, but some of us develop it and work on it and begin to trust it. So if you get any message or any feeling or any memories, maybe memories of someone you loved, know that that's all messages from the universe. Maybe that person is close to you right now. Maybe they are part of your spirit team. So just be open to the messages. And how I'm seeing this is as a beam of light from the universe coming through your crown chakra, passing through your head, your neck, your torso, your arms, your hands, going down your legs, your feet, and then connecting in the root chakra. So in the root chakra, we have renewed energy from Mother Earth, and we have this conscious and energy from the universe. And that's going to mix up and is going to pump through all your body. Part of it is going to go up through your spine, up through the back of your neck, up through the back of your head, and flowing through your crown chakra. It's going to flow like a fountain, and it's going to cover your aura and beyond, clearing any energy that you no longer need to carry through your aura. And some people say, oh, I cleared my aura last week, I'm good. Well, auras are like our bodies. We might need showers every day. Some people don't shower every day. Maybe you shower every few days, but it's something that you do so very often. The same thing, clearing your energy, should be done so very often, right? You might not need a clearing of energy every day. You might need it once a week. But it's like our house, like our body. It's not like we clean once and we're done. I declutter my home, I'm done. No, because things are still coming up in your house, right? Like you might bring mail, you will need to declutter that. So same thing with healing energy. Many people think it's once and done. It's once and done now, but maybe in the future you will bring extra baggage, extra beliefs, extra thoughts, people's energy, people's thought, right? And we need to clear it. So by allowing this flow of energy through your aura, we are going to clear up any thoughts, any beliefs, any experience from other people that you no longer need to carry. And we are sending it back to them with love, right? We are not like just dismissing it. We're sending it either to Mother Earth, we're allowing Mother Earth to absorb any of this energy that the person no longer needs, because maybe something that happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe you don't want to send them back that, right? You send them love, and we allow Mother Earth to absorb this energy that no longer needs to be in our body or in the other person's body, or energetic body, physical body, mental body, okay? And what they're showing me is some of you, your aura might be clear, but it's what they're showing me is like, like a kid wants to be a ghost and puts a sheet over them, and the sheet is like dangling, right? Like it's not tucked in. So what they're showing me is that some of you have the aura the same way, like a sheet, and it's covering you, but is loose on the bottom. So energy can come in and attach to you. And I'm not saying spirit or bad energy, but thoughts, beliefs, experiences from other people might affect you more than it's supposed to. Sometimes we especially empathetic people, we feel for the other person, but we need to know, like, okay, we can feel it, like maybe it hurts us also, but we need to know that that pain is not ours to carry. We can accompany them, we can support them, we can create space to hold them, but it's not ours to carry that pain. It's not our pain. So when our aura might be open, or some people sometimes have holes, right? Because we don't take care of it, or because other people have attached so much to it that holes are created, and it's normal. We need to clear it up. Otherwise, we will absorb that energy. Like sometimes might have happened to some of you that you're supporting a friend, and in the end, they feel great. You feel bad. And I'm not talking about feeling low energy because you've given so much love, so much support, you've been listening to them, so maybe you just need downtime to be by yourself. No, some people really feel bad because they've absorbed that energy that was not theirs to carry, but in order to help them, they didn't know how to help and release it, they just carry it. So it's showing me that some of you need more clearing of energy, but also that teaching me to tuck your aura. And so when you look at your aura, if you're doing any energy healing exercise, or you can follow what I'm doing right now, like imagining this light coming through your aura, and then kind of like a bed sheet, like you tuck it in under the mattress, you tuck it in under your feet. So do that. Imagine this aura tucked in under your feet. In that way, when we are clearing the energy of other people can be close to us, but we are not absorbing that pain, right? And they're showing me many of you here heal or give support or give love to other people, and sometimes you feel drained. So do this exercise. Even like before you support someone, make sure your aura is tucked in. Make sure you're coming with love, but with your aura tucked in, right? Like you're giving them space, you're giving them support, you're giving them love, advice, but you don't have to absorb it in your body. So now I'm going to go through your body, to the collective body, and see what messages are there for one of you or for many of you. We're going to observe. So they're showing me shoulder, left shoulder. So some of you having pain in the left shoulder. So we're going to tap in and release that tension. And for me, left side, it kind of represents the past. So it's showing me like stiffness and pain, kind of like heaviness. So maybe you're carrying something from the past that you no longer need to carry. And let's tap a bit more into that. Responsibilities, they're saying. Maybe you're carrying responsibilities for other people, or from you carrying this guilt of responsibility for someone from your past, from a moment in your past, right? Maybe sometimes we carry like, maybe we should have helped better. Maybe we should have done this differently. We might feel responsible for the burden that they're carrying. Or maybe you felt like you put your burden into someone else, right? And now you're feeling responsible. Now you're feeling the pain. But that saying is in the past, right? So there's no point of carrying it. So we are going to heal that, to release that sense of obligation, sense of duty, responsibility when it's in the past. Because there's no point for us to worry about what happened. Well, there's no point. There's always lessons, and we have to learn from them. But carrying that guilt of responsibility is not going to do any good for you. You might learn and say, in the future, I should do this differently. In the future, I shouldn't do this. But worrying or taking the responsibility now, the guilt, and letting it feel heavy, kind of like feels like self-punishment. You're carrying it as a self-punishment. There's no point, right? Carrying duty for what we should do with a relationship, with the family, with our jobs, with the people we hang out is different, because that's from the present and moving forward. But from the past is a time to release. And what they're showing me is like kind of like you're carrying this backpack, but only in one shoulder, right? Like how cool kids do it. I know my kids sometimes they're like, no, we don't want to put the backpack in the both arms. We'll just do it in one. It looks cool. And it's heavy. It's heavy. So it's a moment of releasing it. It's a moment to take out that backpack, take it out from that backpack, things that you feel guilty about, things that you feel responsible about from the past. And they're showing me a fire in front of me. So you are holding this backpack, and there are these memories and experiences and thoughts that you're carrying from the past of duties that you did not fill, of responsibilities that you did not meet, or responsibilities that you gave to someone else to carry, or even responsibilities that you feel that shouldn't have been yours, but you didn't want them. So now you're carrying all of that from the past with the guilt that I didn't do that. I should have known better. So because it's in the past, we are releasing it. So imagine you're carrying these memories and thoughts, and you can imagine it as papers with the words of that memory, or books, or items, or just energy. I see like balls of energy, balls of light that I'm taking out from this backpack. And in this fire that's in front of us, we're going to release it. So hold it and say, I now let go of this. I carry with me the lessons, but I don't need to carry this responsibility, this burden anymore. And then release it on the fire and watch it burn. For some of you, it will change colors. The fire or the item will change colors. For some of you, it will become ashes immediately. For some of you, the fire will be even stronger because you're giving it energy, right? And this is energy of release, so it's all good. Building up this energy is not bad. Building up this fire is not bad. So do that with every item, every memory, every experience that you're feeling. Let it burn. Release it. Thank it. Thank you for the lessons, but I no longer need to carry this burden. Thank you. I know now better, but I no longer need to carry this weight. Thank you. I learned and I grew emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically through these lessons, but I no longer need to carry the heaviness. And as you do that, notice how your backpack now is lighter. And when you feel ready, close it up and put it over both shoulders. Let's carry it with the two shoulders, how it was meant to be. And that's balance, right? Balance from learning from the past so we can move forward with certainty, with more conviction, with the lessons learned. So that pattern doesn't have to come back. That cycle doesn't have to come back. And just take a deep breath in and out, thanking this fire for allowing us to help us release. And now it's showing me your heart chakra. So for some of you, it's like big, expansive. Like I feel like there's been moments where your heart was very constricted, but it feels like something is changing. And your heart is opening up again. Your heart is able to receive energy again, able to receive love and care that maybe for a long time you didn't allow yourself to receive. And it's beautiful. So we are just sending light to this heart so it feels safe but open. And what it's showing me is that some of you have learned the boundaries, the different boundaries, and some of you have to learn it. So I'm going to explain how I see boundaries. Some people feel boundaries are like a wall, that you protect yourself with a wall. No one can come in, right? Some people see it like a fence, like a sharp fence, either around themselves because they're putting a boundary around themselves, or sometimes when you put a boundary, other people see you, oh, they're putting a fence up with sharp electrical fence, or maybe a wall where it is impenetrable, right? Some people might see you doing that. How I like to see boundaries is like a carton of eggs. Carton of eggs in different countries is different ways, but you carry 6, 12 or more eggs in this carton, and each egg has their own boundary, has like a hole, has like some protection, so it doesn't crush with other eggs. It's still, you carry the eggs together, right? They're still together. They're not like lonely, but they're protected, because if they crash into each other, they will break. And so that is how I like to see boundaries. When I put boundaries, when I set boundaries, and when other people tell me this is the boundary, I'm not seeing it as a wall or as a fence. I'm seeing it, this is how they're protecting themselves. This is how I'm protecting myself. So for some of you, you're learning the boundaries, right? Like it might come out harsh when you're setting the boundaries, but if you think about them as your carton of egg, you'll be able to explain it with that love, right? Sometimes we have to set boundaries with family, with loved ones, with friends, with our children, at work. And if you can see yourself as this delicate egg, that's delicious. If you are vegetarian, I'm sorry. But it's in this carton of protecting themselves. You're not doing it to separate yourself or to avoid other people. You're just doing it to protect it. And the way you will explain it, and my throat is getting clear, that means like is healing, your heart is healing your throat chakra. So you are able to express those boundaries with love and with the care that you want to put on yourself or for other people. Right? For our kids, we set boundaries for them. Don't talk to strangers, don't do this, don't do that. But if you see it as you're protecting them, instead of sheltering them, you will put the boundaries with love and compassion. And when someone else says, like, I'm sorry, I cannot do this, like I need to take care of myself, you will see that they're putting the boundaries with that same compassion that you can see it now. It's not that they're avoiding everyone, it's not that they're sheltering, it's that they're just protecting themselves. So this is a lesson for putting our boundaries and being able to express it, but also is teaching us how to receive when other people put boundaries, right? And if that person comes out sounding rude or harsh, just send them compassion. Maybe they're still learning that they don't need to build up a wall or a fence. They can just protect themselves like an egg carton. They're just learning the process. So you just allow it to happen. And it's showing me a lot of family relationships. For so many of you, is family relationships, either with the parent or with the children or with the sibling, is learning to put those boundaries with love, expressing it with love, and accepting their boundaries with love and compassion too. And as you do that, you will see your heart growing more, because then you are able to receive the company, their advice, their love. They will be more compassionate towards you. You'll be more compassionate towards them. Most importantly, you'll be compassionate with yourself, because that's something that some of you need. Learning to be giving yourself as much love, as much care, as much compassion as you give others. And they're showing me a mirror, and they want you to stand in front of this mirror and see yourself and see how hard you see yourself. Like we see all the things that we don't like on ourselves, right? We might see like, oh, we're gaining weight, or this is too tight, or my legs are not like my friends, so long, so thin, or my body, or my eyes, or my hair. So harsh on ourselves when we see ourselves in the mirror. Some of us are learning to love ourselves a bit more, to see ourselves with more compassion, right? Some of you are doing that. But for some, it's still hard. But they're showing me, imagine it's not a mirror. Imagine it's your friend standing in front of you. Would you look at them with the same harshness, with the same criticism or critic eye? No, you wouldn't. If your best friend or loved one is in front of you, you wouldn't even notice. Like we wouldn't even notice in them. Like if they say like, my hair is so dry, I'm like, oh, I didn't notice it. Like actually it looks awesome. I thought you did something different with your hair, right? Like, oh, they say like, oh, I'm wearing this sweatshirt for 2 days. I'm like, I didn't notice. It looks good on you. That color suits you. It looks comfortable. We wouldn't be so hard or so critic with other people as we are to ourselves. So what they're telling me is that we need to do this healing in our hearts, and I'm going to do it for all of you. Anyone who's in the live, anyone who listens to the recording. It's an activation for your heart to be more self-loving, self-compassion, caring of yourself. And they're laughing because they're saying now is the famous thing, self-care. Everyone is talking about self-care, and what means self-care for everyone is different. But like how society and kind of like shops and everything is self-care is like, you need to put a bath bomb, you need to put this cream or a massage. No, self-care could be going to bed early. Self-care could be eating those fries that you are so much craving. Self-care could be eating healthy because your body is craving it. Drinking more water, maybe. Self-care can come in many different ways, and we don't do it enough. We don't go deep enough to listen to our soul on what do you need? Do you need time alone? Sometimes all we need is time alone. Sometimes we just need space for ourselves, for our thoughts, for our feelings, right? It could be different for everyone. Maybe self-care is going out with a friend who makes you laugh, who you have a good time with. Maybe it's watching comedy at home. And they're asking you to kind of make a list. Maybe after this healing, make a list of 4 or 5 things that make you feel good, that make you feel restored. Your soul, your body, your mind makes you feel restored. And then promise yourself to do at least 1 or 2 of these for the rest of the week. Could be one moment, right? Like, it doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to be a long thing. Could be like, if it's comedy, like I like to watch something that makes me laugh, that restores my soul, especially when it's heavy. And it doesn't mean that I'm watching a 1-hour special comedian. I can watch 5 minutes and I feel better. But promise yourself to do something from that list. It doesn't have to cost you anything. If you want to do a massage, if that's how you receive self-care, go for it. But there are many ways of taking care of ourselves. And they're showing me again, the best friend, you would do anything to make them feel better. Let's go out for a coffee. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for massages. Come home. I prepare you a yummy, yummy meal. Come home. Let's watch something funny. You would do it for them. You would do it for other people in a heartbeat. Do it for yourself. Take out the time. Promise yourself that you will do it for yourself. The more fulfilled we are, the more our heart is happy and balanced, the less we depend on other people to fulfill it. And this is a lesson that took me 40 years to learn, right? Like, I was always looking for someone else to fulfill some of my needs, some of my wants, some of my desires. And then I realized, I'm like, hold on, why? Why is their responsibility to make me happy? They might not even know how to make me happy. You see, you hear about the love languages, right? Like, maybe my love language is very different from other people. Why I'm depending on them to fulfill me? They might not even know my love language. They might not know how I feel good. They might be trying the best, but it's not the same way. Like, why are we doing that to ourselves? Why we are putting all this that will come easier for us to fulfill, putting it on other people? Oh, they should know. They know me for 15 years. They know me for so many years. They should know. I've told them. Well, why don't you do it yourself? Let's be self-reliant, self-balanced. And when we feel self-balanced and fulfilled, it's easier to fulfill other people, and it's easier for them to fulfill us too, right? Like, nobody wants to be with someone who's angry or upset or feeling cranky all the time, right? Like, we do it for loved ones. But if they were 100% year after year, always cranky and angry, it is taxing. So let's focus on self-care. Let's focus on what makes us, our heart soar. What makes you happy? What makes you fly? What makes you excited? Write it down. and try to do some of the things. And maybe some of the things in that list might be big items. Jumping from a plane is coming for some of you. It will make you feel alive. So put it in your bucket list and make sure that you try, you intend to do it at some point. It doesn't have to be today or tomorrow, this year. It can be in the future. Intend to do it. And when we have clear what makes us happy, we will look for those opportunities, and those opportunities will come clearer to us. I heard someone like saying like, oh, I need some pampering, I need some massage. And a friend gifted her a massage. She was like, she didn't even know. I didn't even tell her. Well, you were so clear on what you wanted that the universe listens and they bring you the opportunity in one way or another. So make sure to make that list after the call to allow her to expand, to allow ourselves to be feeling more fulfilled, more balanced, happier. Taking me to the root chakra. So the root chakra is our grounding. It's how we feel safe. It's very related to what we were saying, right? If we put the energy outside, other people need to make me feel loved. Other people need to make me feel fulfilled. Other people need to make me happier. We're putting it on other people. And we might not feel safe. We might not feel grounded. We might not feel at peace. So they're doing a healing from your root to feel more balanced. They're making sure you feel grounded, you feel safe. And you will start noticing those relationships maybe that doesn't make you feel grounded, safe, or at peace. It will become more obvious and they might disappear. They might drop off. Or you might feel like, I don't want to spend so much time with them. They don't make me feel good. And by saving our energy, saving our time, saving our resources to not be in an energy that doesn't make us feel safe or grounded or at peace or loved, we will allow this energy to find other ways to feel love, safe, grounded, and at peace through other people, situations, with our self-love, right? We're going to be able to find those opportunities. And so if some relationships start not feeling so good anymore, or you're like, you know what, I don't want to spend so much time with them, it's stressful, it's hectic, that's not what I need right now. And it doesn't mean that they disappear forever, okay? We're not breaking relationships, we're not doing anything like that. We're just limiting the time, the effort, the resources, the love, the energy we put in those relationships. Doesn't mean that tomorrow, day after, or in a week or in a year, that relationship might change again and be amazing, right? Doesn't mean that we are breaking forever. Okay, I just want to make that clear because they're saying relationships are going to be transforming. And it's not good, it's not bad, it's not forever, right? Some relationship will get better and it will be better forever. Some relationship might feel like they disappear or they're breaking up, but it's not permanent. So don't put like, now I have to break up with all these people whose energy I don't align. No, you just start focusing more in what aligns with you, what makes you feel good. And maybe they will start feeling also that energy that you don't resonate with the energy they're emitting. And maybe they will find other people too, right? It might be, you don't have to have a long conversation. Some of them will just happen. And if you have to make a conversation, the same, some of you might have to break with someone or might have to pause that relationship, right? Like send it love, send it gratitude, because everything that happens in our life is for a reason. right? They need to teach you something. It's a lesson, it's a way for you to grow, a way for you to be aware of something. Maybe we learn what we don't want in a partner or what we don't want in a friend, right? So just send it love and gratitude for the lessons that they taught you. And then if you want to add another touch, the same forgiveness, right? Like, I forgive you for anything you've done, consciously, unconsciously. I ask you for forgiveness for anything I've done, consciously or unconsciously. And you can do this in a conversation. If you have an open relationship, a conversation where you can communicate, you can do it energetically. I love you. I forgive you. I ask you for forgiveness, and I thank you. This is also called Ho'oponopono, and it's one of my favorite tools to use. And if you want more information, I'm happy to send you that information. But it's just sending love, gratitude, forgiving them, because why we want to carry what they did or didn't do, why we also want them to carry what we did or didn't do. Like, forgiveness clears that energy, clears any bonds like that. They're telling me to focus on the feet. So they're tapping our feet. And feet for me means how we move forward, right? Like the steps we take. And sometimes we take steps with certainty. Sometimes we are unsure where we are going. So we take smaller steps, like unsure, slower steps. Sometimes we have a challenge, and so we need to go around it. So it's a detour. We need to take more steps than is worth for it, right? Like, we need to walk more to get to the same place. So all those things that pause us or stops us or makes us go slower than we want to. So they're saying the branches opening up in your way. And some of you already have realized that there are different possibilities. And you might be uncertain which one to take. Or maybe you were determined to take a certain path, but now you're not so sure. So you're looking for another way out of that path. And they're saying that they will be showing you. So if we are open, they show us with signs. Those signs might be a dream that you have. Those signs might be someone saying something that resonates with you with one part or the other one. Some people use cards, some people use pendulums, some people will start seeing numbers. It could be any type of symbol. And you can also say, universe, spirit team, send me a sign in this way. If I see 111 means this, if I see 222 means something else, right? Like, you can put meaning to the signs. You can say, I want to see a feather. If I'm protected in this path that I'm going, I want to see a feather. I want to see a butterfly. Blue butterfly means I'm going in the right way. Other color butterflies means maybe I need to look another path, right? Like, you can ask the universe for a specific symbol, or you can wait to see what signs they send and look at the meaning of that. And don't get stressed, like someone says, oh, that means that, and for you means something different. It's okay. If you Google any sign, sometimes it's even contradictory, right? Like, it says this number, this angel number means this, and also means that, and also means something else, and you're like confused. Choose the meaning that resonates with you. Put the meaning that resonates for you. So they're saying not to be afraid of asking the universe, talking to the universe, to the spirit team. Don't be afraid. That's what they're saying. So many of you in this call already can do it through prayer, through meditation, through channeling. And so not to be afraid. Some were showing me books, sacred books, the Bible or any sacred book, opening it up and seeing what is the first line you read. That could be your signs, that could be your messages. There's no right or wrong. And so many of you already know of these methods, already can communicate that way. Right? It doesn't have to be communication how I'm doing, how I'm channeling. You can have your own way of communicating with God, with the universe, with the spirit team. And that's perfect for you. And so they're asking you not to compare yourself, not to compare your path with other people's path, not to compare your skills with other people's skills. It's very, very important that we develop our skills because we want to, not because so-and-so is doing X, Y, and Z. I have to do the same, because then you're not being your true self. And what they want you to do is be your authentic true self, to start listening to the whispers of your soul, to start listening to the whispers that the universe is sending you. They're laughing because they're like, half of the people you have here don't need you. They can receive the messages and the clearing and the protection and the blessings the same way. But sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's a confirmation, right? If someone else does it, sometimes we just need a confirmation, or sometimes it's easier if someone else helps us, guide us, right? But they're saying not to be afraid, to start listening a bit more, because you are capable of doing that. So they're saying we are complete for today. We have received the messages that we needed to receive. We have released what we needed to release. We have healed what we needed to heal. We've activated what we needed to activate. And I want to thank them for doing that with such ease, grace, and compassion too. Because all the messages were very loving and caring. And I want to thank you for taking the time for being here, thanking your team, your spirit team, all your ancestors, your guides, your deities, your angels, all you believe. Like I felt very supported, and they helped me co-create this healing with exactly what you needed to hear today. So I thank you and your team and your higher self for being here. I'm thanking my team for being here with me, for helping during this session, for allowing me to be of service with what you needed today. And today could be today as the live call, or whenever you get to this recording. I want you to take a deep breath in and out. I want you to open your eyes at your own time. Feel your body if you need to before opening the eyes. When you can, I want you to touch the floor or touch the table or wherever you are sitting, just to ground ourselves, to release any extra energy that we are carrying. We are releasing it and sending it back to the earth. Move your body if you need to. You can say thank you to your team too. Appreciate them for whatever guidance, clarity, healing they did today. I hope you feel lighter. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if this served you. Thank you for being here, all of you. And as we come back, I want to do an invitation that if you want to message me, if you need anything, I'm here for you. I do one-on-one sessions, I do group sessions, I do retreats also. So we have a retreat to Egypt coming up in November, and we have few spots available until Friday. Friday is our deadline. So if you have wanted to come to Egypt and experience the magic land of Egypt, accompanied by healers and practitioners who are going to be creating this safe container and healing you and doing activations. If you're interested, message me today because we have few spots, and on Fridays the deadline for being there in person. We are having options to be virtually, so you can receive some of the juiciness that we are going to be experiencing in Egypt. So I will share that with all of you. But if you want to attend in person, this week is the deadline. So I'm very excited because I feel like some of you might be interested, or someone who you know might be interested. Maybe this year is too soon and you cannot do it, but just keep it in mind and message me if you have any interest, or if you know someone who might be interested. And anything you need, please let me know. I'm here for you. Just reading the messages to make sure you feel lighter. Oh, thank you. Nice to see you too. Standing in front of the mirror when you mention it. Yes, Monica, that means you're receiving the same messages, right? Like we're tapping in the same conscious energy, and you were tapping into it and you heard it before I was able to express it. So that's beautiful. So I'm so glad to have you all here. If anyone has any questions, you can unmute now if you want to, or put it in the chat. But if not, we can call it a go. I see some people have to leave, so that's okay, completely okay. We are done with the session today. I just want to thank you for taking the time again. Thank you, thank you. So I don't see any questions, so I'm letting you go. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Merci.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Thank you.
Love you too, Barbie. Bye-bye.
Bye.